Tell us the name of the film you're in today and the character you play.
Our production is Absolved. It's a story about a Catholic priest who witnesses a school shooting and loses faith. And as he's trying to drop out of the priesthood, he starts to see ghosts.
Wow, okay, I like that already. Oh my gosh. Okay, so who wrote this script?
I did, mostly. With the help of Craig West Fisher and Kevin Hanick, some people helped out in the end, but I wrote the primary script, yeah.
What a great concept. That is so awesome. What was the most surprising thing that you learned doing this project?
Well, first of all, I found it was a bit of a surprise that we could successfully shoot 8 episodes in just about 3 weeks with 2 or 3 days a week to work with. Yeah, so I was impressed that we were able to pull that off. But I had a feeling we were going to be able to. I wasn't that surprised because I'd done a bunch of stuff in the past, and the team that I was working with, we all knew each other very well. We're well connected with each other, and so we managed to pull it off.
And it sounds like you have an amazing role to play. You could do so much and so many layers as your character develops, right?
A lot of fun with it, yeah. His name is Father Demetrius, and that is the character that I portray. And we like to get very, very dark with it, and so we have a lot of brooding scenes and things like that.
I want to see it. So, for people who cannot be here today, how do they find out more about the project? How can they see it? What do we need to know?
Thank you for asking. You can see the teaser on our Facebook page and also Instagram as well, Absolved. Look up Absolved on Facebook and you'll see our teaser trailer. Currently, we're chasing film festivals, and we just began our festival run. We actually began in Seoul, Korea. That was our first. And we've got about a year's worth of festivals, and then after that, we'll have distribution where they'll be able to see it.
Well, congratulations. I love the name and I love the story idea, so I cannot wait to check it out.
Thank you very much. And here's it.
Come on, guy. When you got the script, what intrigued you to get involved in this project?
Well, I get to be a bad guy. Can I say that loud? And I was living in LA at the time, and we met on a project the year before, another feature film. And he called me up, "Hey, Eric, what are you doing?" I go, "Oh, I want to fly out to Pittsburgh and spend a weekend in Pittsburgh and film this particular this episode." I go, "Sure, why not?" Flew on a Friday, left on a Monday. And I got to have a great time working with Dave. Yeah.
So, how would you describe this in 3 words? How would you describe the project?
Oh, thrilling, spiritual, and surprising.
Oh, I like that. And how do people follow you on social media and find out more about what you're doing?
They can follow me on Eric Anthony Russo on Facebook. They can also follow me on Instagram. It's One for the Road Official. I'll spell that out. So one, like the word one, for, F-O-R, the, T-H-E, road, R-H-O-D-E, official. Because I'm from Rhode Island originally, so it's One for the Road Official, one word.
Well, congratulations.
So I am the writer, director, and producer of Epic Quest. Epic Quest is a fantasy video game pilot. It's about Alice. Her sister gets kidnapped at the tavern that they work out, and she has to go out on her very first adventure to save her sister.
That's pretty cool. How'd you come up with the idea?
I am such a fan of video games and like fantasy genres, and like as a woman, it's hard. People don't take you seriously. People walk all over you. So I kind of wanted to create this story where this kind of girl who's, kind of in the background, people don't really notice her. Suddenly her world gets turned upside down. And then she's like, I got to become the hero. I got to save my sister. People are like, you're not going to be able to do it. And she's like, no, yes, I can. And I mean, I can relate to that because, people think I'm very shy, but I'm actually very outgoing. So
I think you're pretty outgoing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
So, for people who haven't seen the film, where can they find out more about it?
So you can watch Epic Quest for free on the Fantasy Network. You can stream it for free. Just Google the Fantasy Network /Epic Quest, and you can watch it.
And your social media?
Social media would be Waterflower Studios. That's my production company. Waterflower Studios on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, waterflowerstudios.com. We're everywhere.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. Congratulations.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, next.
I'm here as a wonderfully lucky creator of On All Fours. Our pilot episode has been nominated, and we're also here to celebrate all of the creators and people involved in wonderful entertainment. On All Fours is a zany, wild experience where we get to look at ourselves and how crazy we are about our dogs and cats that really run our lives, right? The episode really portrays the reality of what happens about who owns who, right? And the lengths we go to for our dogs and our cats.
I think a lot of people could resonate with that. Don't I know a lot of them? So, how do people find out about the project if they're not here? And what do they know to see it and look at it? Where do they go?
So we're going to tease a lot of people because it's coming soon. But in the meantime, On All Fours TV, you can find that on social media. On All Fours TV. Soon we'll be leaking some information about its screening where people can see it. So it's hang tight.
So, you're teasing us.
I'm teasing, but hang on to your doggies and your kitties in the meantime.
Well, congratulations. I can't wait to check it out. Thanks so much. Chris, you're here for your project. Tell us, what is it about?
Oh, so it's called Josh Hurst Virtual Dating. It's a comedy about the perils of online dating in the modern age.
I think a lot of people could definitely resonate with that. So, did you write the project, produce the project, create the project? Tell us your role.
Yeah, so it was part of another project about normal dating, and then lockdown happened, and it was suggested that perhaps we make it an online virtual dating project. So during 2020, we produced this into an online virtual dating journey, which I wrote and then directed and acted in it as well. So it's great.
Well, you're wearing a lot of hats. You wrote, you directed, and you acted in it. Come in.
If we ever make it, that means there's 5 hats and hopefully 5 pay slips. So that's it.
I like that. That's pretty cool. So, what did you like about doing the project on the acting side?
It was a new experience of acting. It was acting with someone that you hadn't potentially met sometimes. So you'd met the cast online, but you hadn't potentially worked with them in person. So it was a new way of acting that you hadn't perhaps done before, and that was very exciting. So yeah.
So, for people who aren't here today, how do we find out about it? Can we watch it? What do we need to know?
So at the minute you can see seasons 1 and season 2 on YouTube. So if you just search Chris Hembury, CHIRS, HEMBURY on YouTube, you'll be able to see 2 seasons worth on there, which is great.
I cannot wait to check it out to find out what happened on the 2 seasons of online dating. So, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Pleasure. Thank you very much.
I'm the executive producer and co-writer of Sideliners, which is a web series, which is a kind of send-up of the rom-com genre, but instead of following the romantic leads of the story, we're following the quirky sidekicks. So it's a send-up on genre of like what it is to be a sidekick, but also a send-up on like when you're a sidekick in your own life. You know, when your friends seem to have the glamorous lives and you're the kind of hangers-on.
Well, there's a lot of sidekicks going on today, which is, and they need a voice.
Exactly right. Us dudes on the sidelines and dudettes in the sidelines need to have their moment in the spotlight too.
So, what inspired you to do this?
So the idea came about when my co-writer Katie Shute and I we're both in the improv comedy world, and we were just workshopping ideas for an all-night marathon of comedy, and we were talking about what our castings were. Like, we're not going to get cast in the leading roles necessarily. We're more likely to get a paycheck from playing fun, quirky, comic relief side characters. And so we just kind of came up with the idea of like, what if we had like a Harry Met Sally story, but instead we follow Carrie Fisher instead of Meg Ryan.
Well, how do we follow you on social media?
Oh, you can follow me personally at Edmund Farger, or at Ed Farger on Instagram. Everything else is Edmund Farger. Or you can follow the show Sideliners at sidelinersseries.com.co.uk.